A reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah. The Lord was pleased to crush him in infirmity. If he gives his life as an offering for sin, he shall see his descendants in a long life. And the will of the Lord shall be accomplished through him. Because of his affliction, he shall see the light in the fullness of days. Through his suffering, my servant shall justify many, and their guilt he shall bear. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
What happened to the God of love? Who is this Lord pleased to crush somebody in infirmity? This passage becomes almost horrifying when read through its prophetic voice. The Lord was pleased to crush his Son in infirmity. How is this a God of everlasting love? This question has loomed large in Christianity since the beginnings of the faith. In the early centuries, it led to heresies, claiming that the Old Testament God and the New Testament God were in fact two separate gods, and only that New Testament God was truly the God of love. More recently, this question has caused certain Christians to box away the Old Testament and push it aside as a sort of history book of salvation, focusing only on that New Testament where the God of love clearly shines through. This question has also evolved over centuries, and now, sadly, many Christians ask similar questions as they walk out of the doors of their church for the final time. How can a God of love cause me so much pain in my life? How can a God of love let this world suffer? Does he understand? Yes, this is a large question. It's one that we struggle with every day. But I believe the author of the letter to the Hebrews has something to say about it. Because the Lord crushed him in infirmities, we now have a high priest able to sympathize with our weaknesses, one who similarly has been tested in every way, yet without sin. Because he was pleased to crush him in infirmities, we have a God who knows our pains, who knows our hurts, a God who knows what it is to be exiled, to be persecuted, to be betrayed, tortured, and killed. A God who also knows the lovely things in life, who knows the joys of the use of the senses, the love of friendship, and the gifts of brotherhood. We have a God who knows what it is to bury a friend, to watch as one walks out the door. Now, we also believe in an all-knowing God. So he would have known these things whether or not he came as Christ, and whether or not he experienced them. So he didn't do them for him. Perhaps instead, he did so for us. Maybe God sent his Son and crushed him with infirmities because he knew that we would need a God that we can relate to in our infirmities. Maybe he knew that down here in our sufferings, we would reach toward him and say, God, I hurt. And he looks back at us with his loving gaze and whispers, I know. The Lord was pleased to crush him in infirmities. and how blessed we are that he did.